to be Chicago hunted. Dallas flat tires in this one. It's going to be Chicago getting the preferred side spawns with the P2, and Dallas will, of course, look to flip that, but we'll try to collect this opening time as well as F8 start this off to kill the game.
Yeah, Kill's going back and forth. He's still got EBK trying to work for those P2 spawns, but looks like he should get cut down by Mags here as he does. Chicago Hunter retain that good side, but Dallas Flat Tires doing a great job of soaking up this P1 time. Already 20 seconds on the board, 23 seconds left to get, and you already see Chicago. They're backing up for that rotation.
Mags, though, finding one and potential for a second, but he's taken down. And as you said, I mean, Dallas, you don't have the spawns for next, but I mean, this is a good chunk of time here to really start off. You're going to get about 36 seconds, it looks like, on this P1, which obviously a really tough spot to get some time on. So not the worst position right now for Dallas. Now you do have to find a break in. It is going to be F8 looking for that first kill. He does find it, but it's taken out. And now the kill is going the way of Chicago Hunted as he's trying to really find the picks around the hill is Dallas, but not easy on P2.
Dallas Flat Tires going to be trying to sneak through this double archway area. They are able to get one, but the trade's still back and forth. Chris Pole with a big two-piece. F8 trying to sneak in through the front, and a flawless P2 so far from the Chicago Hunted. They're doing a great job here. Now, I mean, if you are Chicago, you got to start maybe working through P1, maybe flip those spawns because EBK is working on that scrap time.
And a chance here, but early rotation from two Dallas players will give them spawns for new. But Nif. Fine. Ooh, I was going to say finds one, but F8 actually takes him out. And this will give Dallas the opening time here on this P4. He's trying to get around and secure the spawn. That's a big kill by Killy. And now F8 from the top ropes finding one as well. So back and forth here to start this one out. A big hill for Chicago there on P2, getting 53 seconds from now. Dallas a chance to lock in their own money up.
They're going to be blocking those back spawns very well. That's a clean 4 down. Chicago Hunted going to be spawning at that bottom dome area. You see how far they're spawning. This is free time for the Dallas Flat Tires. I mean, both of these teams, when they get those rotations down, they are locking down these hills so far. The holds are good. The breaks been a little slow from both of these teams, but Chicago Hunted, they have a chance here.
Got to be careful, though, because you don't want to flip yourself out, and you're already seeing Killy on that rotation. Going to be a big gunfight here in the bottom of the map with Nifty. It is going to be Chicago getting the rest of that time, but you got to be real careful if you are Nifty. Finding one and now going to have the reinforcement. So this is a chance here for Chicago. The rest of the scrap time here on P3 and lock in a big hill here on P4, but FFA taking that water out, trying to find one. And if you're Dallas, the name of the game here is just try to play for some picks, try to open up this. But as you said, Jake, I mean, breaks on this hard point have been very few and far between.
Yeah, but Dallas Flat Tires could potentially make it happen right here. You got EBK on the point, unable to pick up Chris, but the trades do come in. Dallas Flat Tires have that spawn, and you see F8 cutting down that mid of the map. It's exactly what you want out of your main AR player. They know the push is coming from that arch side of the map. You see all the Dallas Flat Tires looking toward that location, and the kills keep on coming. Chicago Hunted just are in such a tough spot to try to break this hill.
From Dallas, really the first great break we've seen of this game, and they'll collect the rest of that scrap time. So they'll have about a 30 point lead going into this P5, the first rotation. It's going to be Chicago Hunter first set up, but honestly probably one of the hardest hills to control spawns on this map. I mean, a lot of those back spawns are going to be coming in. This is going to be Dallas, though, breaking right through the spawn. They're actually going to have the opening time here. Chicago on the back foot early here on this high hard one, looking for a break. Mags finds one. Gonna get straightened out though. And Nifty, can he find the trade on point? Playing a ring around a Rosie with FFA. Finally finds him. And now it is gonna be Chicago Hunter on the point, but Killy with that jump trying to get on in. He's taken down as well. Back spawn's coming in though for Dallas.
Contest is in for just a moment. Chicago Hunted aren't able to hold on to this time, but a big two-piece out of Nifty does slow things down for just a moment. The lead still growing, though, for the Dallas Flat Tires. It's a big 20 in the grand scheme of things, but you already see multiple players focused on that new hill. Vanity is going to be a big player to shut down here because he's got that dome control.
EBK, though, takes him down, and just like that, spawns 4 Dallas Flat Tires on that P2 side. They hold it down, and Chicago Hunted. And this is a spot early here where you're kind of fighting the war on two fronts. You want to try to to get this time on P1 or at least contest it, get that hill white, but you're also trying to flip these spawns as you see 3 players trying to work through mid-map. But it's going to be FFA trying to shut this down, finds one, does get traded out, but already the first 15 seconds going the way of Dallas. And for Chicago, you kind of need to make a play over here to the C1. Nifty finally finds one. That'll keep the hill white for the moment, and now let's see if Mags can sneak on through. A lot of players to deal with on this side of the map, though. Gonna be a tough task. Does find one, though, and maybe some opening for him. And actually, the kills now going the way of Chicago Hunted as they look to continue to try to get this spawn in the back. Can the teamwork come in to get this last player off of this back side? Doesn't matter. Nifty's just gonna chow it. He wins it, and this is a nice little break here for Chicago.
Absolutely. This is something they very much so needed. If they're able to lock down some of this time, they could really close that gap in the score. But F8 trying to say something about it. You see those rest of those Chicago Hunted players spawning out so far away. This hill's going to go to the way of the Dallas Flat Tires. And that could very well be a difference maker in this game. Chicago Hunted were in such a solid spot here, but now they are on the back foot.
Yeah, that's just a tough position because just the way that played out, you had some of the Dallas players wanting P1, and because of that, and because of the kills that went down on time, those Chicago players went back to 3, which that was just a tough situation. And now it is going to be Dallas continuing to accrue this time, and already the rotation coming in as well. Really a spot for a dagger hit here if you are Dallas, but the break does come in, so there's going to be Chicago Hunted probably getting the last 20 seconds here. All these players for Dallas spawning on P3 hardpoint, looking already for next. So if you're a Chicago, you need a big break, and that was tough the first time around for them.
Absolutely. I mean, this could be the big game changer for the Dallas Flat Tires. They already have a 50-point lead, but Chicago Hunted, they could break on in early and still make this a close game. We know how hard it is to maybe lock down this P3 at times. Those spawns can be so crazy all over the map. First 2 kills go the way of Chicago. Can they make a break happen here?
FFA, big one on the point, now trying to play his life. F8 with the help, and that's 2 big important kills. Now Chris through the back, and now the spawn's coming in the back for Chicago Hunted. So a chance to break this hill, which they will, but now the back spawn's once again coming in for Dallas. So it is a flip-flop on these spawns, and now EBK trying to make a play through the front. EBK finds 2, and P3 can be chaotic at times. You see it there. Rotation already coming in for Dallas as well. This is not good for Chicago.
Yeah, FA making the difference here, getting that early rotation going on. They're still fighting for the scrap time as well. You see them spawning in that back useless area. Only 7 seconds to go to make it across that map, and you see the Dallas Flat Tires. They are all ready for that hill. Even player 4, he spawns up close on that P4. So big hold right here. They could win it here. Chicago Hunted still at 133. They got to make a break early on, just like last hill. Let's see if they can make something happen. Can they pull it out of the hat?
Trying to take a route here to make a play, but already only 20 seconds away for Dallas. The kills are coming through, but you need to kill this player off a point, and they have not been able to do that yet as Dallas continues to creep ever so slowly. Nifty with the turn on there. He finds 2, and the break does come for Chicago. So they just worked it there, but you know, they find the break, but only now 13 seconds away for Dallas Flat Tires. Basically, they have to play perfect hard point for the rest of this map, and player 2 spawns in the back here for Dallas, and section gets them off time. They have a chance to win it here, and Chicago Hunted are spawning a long way away, so it's really going to be one player to try to break this. And Chris, he cannot make the play. He needs to find a kill, a team kill coming in, but I don't think it's going to matter, as it's going to be Dallas closing it out on somewhat of a whimper there on that last hill. The back spawns just coming in, and no Chicago Hunted players around.
Yeah, it was just such an uphill battle for the Chicago Hunted there at the end of the game. They just dug themselves such a deep hole, and it was just based off a couple of
this series going to map 2 here on Hotel. And once again, it looks like, I was going to say maybe an early B hit, but maybe a F8 coming in. F8, though, cutting down Mags for the first blood, and Vanity now kind of left alone on this diner side. And they might play right into the trap here of Dallas. An uncomfortable start here from Chicago. Also, Red Vanity trying to find a kill. Nifty with the help, and now F8 trying to stay up. It's really just a battle in the diner right now. F8 finding the kill with the snakes, and this has been a bloodbath in this first round.
I mean, F8 was snaking so much, Nifty said, I gotta get out of here. He runs over to Ruggs to try to reset that fight, but F8 still reigns supreme. He's got 3 in the round already. He overchows for the 4th. Now we got a 1v1 scenario. Chris Pohl versus EBK. No bomb in hand, and you only got 40 seconds left to go. Chris Pohl is going to have to grab this bomb. He's got to make a play here.
And I mean, this bomb is down in really the worst spot it could be because it's going to play right into the hands of EBK. And I don't know if he has the information that this bomb is down on this side of the map, but now Deddy is up. 20 seconds on the clock. I mean, EBK has to just hold firm, play patient. He's played patient this whole time. Don't move now. 14 seconds left. He's got to be able to hear this player coming through freezer. Big gunfight coming in. He's in frost. Gunfight comes through, and EBK narrowly comes out on top, but what a first round we had.
Yeah, I mean, such a tough fight for Chris Pohl. EBK plays it perfectly. He plays confident at that B bomb site. He's able to win that fight. Shout out the headshot multiplier from the Scar there in that situation. But, I mean, the big 3-piece from that Dallas Flat Tires player really opened things up for them. It did end up being a 1v1 scenario, but shout out F8 for really locking down that B bomb site. The Dallas Flat Tires, they kind of neglect that middle side of the map, which, I don't hate by any means. There's not much you can really do from that mid side of the map besides maybe make a flank. And, round 1, that's such a tough play to make. So I like doubling up that rug side area. And now it looks like they're doing that 2-2 split yet again. What can they do this time around? It looks like Chicago, they stacked over a B.
F8 causing problems once again on this B side, and while this is all happening, that bomb is going to go down. Hey, F8 again with that Deddy popped. He is being that playmaker that we talked about right now for Dallas, and Chicago have not been able to make adjustments through the first 2 rounds. Now, 3v2 situation. You know that F8 is going to be on the side of the map. A chow coming from Catwalk, which he narrowly escaped from, and Nifty going to get taken through the back. Vanity last alive. They know his position. Be a matter of time before he gets taken out. EBK with the shots on, but with just 17 seconds left, this will be another round for Dallas Flat Tires off the back of the playmaking skills from F8. Once again, just making the lives of Chicago Hunted difficult. Vanity not even going to try for this. He'll play his life and not give any more kills to the opposing side, but another great round there for Dallas.
I mean, I love the confidence out of F8. He finds that first kill, immediately runs through freezer into TV, and he finds the flank onto that second player. I mean, that's the chaos that a player like that causes. He gets so quick into your base, and you just cannot keep track of him. It just becomes so difficult to win these rounds. F8 already on 5 through 2 rounds. EBK with 2 of his own. These players are doing great things for the Dallas Flat Tires right now. Let's see if they can keep it up. But on the other side, Chicago Hunted, you got to step it up. One player can make all the difference. They're going to go A this time around, but Mags, can he make a play over on the B side?
Yeah, Mags really being that roamer right now, and he's got to be careful because he has Dallas players on his heels. There is some opportunity for Chicago to get this A bomb down, though, as Killy, the only person on this side of the map. Playing safe, of course, scared of the prospect of getting killed off bomb. Vanity getting some shots, but I think if you're Chicago, you gotta move soon because if these kills go down on the other side of the map as Mags barely gets out with his life, that collapse is gonna come in. Finally, the A bomb going down before retake.
Or before retake, like you said, Tej. Mags going to be somewhat out of the play. Player 7, EBK, slips the net on him. Not sure if Mags is aware of it, but the fight's still going down at that A bomb site. First kill does go the way of FFA. And the Chicago Hunted look poised to win this round. EBK all alone, 25 seconds left to go, and this would be a miracle.
Gonna get shots off on one, but nothing doing, and gonna deal a lot of damage, but with little to no result. It's gonna be Chicago Hunted finally getting on the board. In this one, we'll see if EBK elects to play his life as well. No, he does not. He does get taken down, and with that, Chicago Hunted are on the board on the search and destroy. Nice little round for them. I mean, they played their numbers on that A bomb site, and once they got it down, they were able to find the kills. But I mean, Mags doing a phenomenal job of really staying alive on that diner side of the map, which I feel like caused a lot of problems there for Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, Dallas, they really leaned toward that rug side of the map yet again, and this time around, Chicago Hunted were opting to go toward that A bomb site, and when you got 3 players in that rug side area, that A bomb site just becomes so easy to get down. That one Chicago Hunted player, he gets overwhelmed. He plays his life a little bit, but the bomb goes down for free, and now Dallas Flat Tires in this round, they're opting to go B again, B becoming a very popular bomb site, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we might see some B plays, but not as many as we have already through the first 3 rounds. And once again, Dallas try their hand at it, Mags. He's going to get taken down by Killy. Already the advantage, but you're seeing those Chicago players rush through to this kitchen side. It's going to be Chris with the first for Chicago, looking for a player in F8 in freezer as well. And now if you're Dallas, I mean, you back this up. All the reinforcements right now for Chicago in this kitchen area, they played this pretty slow. The gunfire from Chicago maybe shutting them down and making them reconsider. And it looks like that bomb will head over to that A side.
You see the Chicago Hunted players responding as well. Nifty going to make his way over toward top Betty. F8, he does pick up Chris Pull, though. Nifty. There is a player toward that bomb. Can he pick him up off? You will see his leg. The shots come in, but the kill's not there. 22 seconds left to go. 3v2 situation, but they've yet to get the bomb down.
Bomb might be going back over to B. Indeed, it is. I think it is. You got to run, though. You do not have much time, as only 5 seconds to get this bomb down. They're not going to get this down, I don't think. Just barely. He just barely gets it down, and now the read again coming in from Vanity. Can he catch his player off bomb? He cannot kill him with the plant and the kill. Now Nifty left in a 1v2. Daddy is popped. Can he sneak his way through quickly here? Does he get the timing? He might have. He gets his way in the kitchen, but now shots off. No kills connected, and Killy takes him down. Dallas barely win that round. I mean, that was a clutch play, really, to get back over to that B bomb site.
Yeah, I mean, Killy made an absolutely fantastic heads-up play to push on through that tunnel side of them and make his way back over to B because, I mean, you got to think, if you're Killy, you get spotted on the bomb, you know the rest of the Chicago Hunted are coming your way. So you make that play through tunnel, you sneak on over toward that B bomb site, you get there just in the nick of time, and you're able to find that round 3 win. This potentially is a must-win situation for the Chicago Hunted. They really need to close this round out. You're already down 1-0 in the series. Big round in the grand scheme of things. Let's see what they do on the offensive end.
Definitely a dangerous play from Killy, but it works out in the end, and I mean ends up being a 200 IQ play there. And now we'll see Dallas back on the defensive side. EBK getting aggressive, and he doesn't spot anybody, so the information might have been that nobody's on the safe side. That's gonna allow Nifty to find 2. That could be the time now for this bomb to go down on this A site. Nifty going to try to get the plan in. 3v2 advantage here for Chicago. You have Chris as well trying to cut these players off. It's going to be a tough retake here for Dallas.
FFA is lingering around searching for a kill, but as he gets cut down, F8 is now all alone. 2 players in front of him, both in that bedside area. They're both going to be at that top side. Chris Pull going to peek from that plat. They get that stun check on the bomb. Now someone's going to chow. Nifty. The nade does come in. The kill should come in shortly, and it does. Chicago Hunted close that round out. And, you know, after Nifty gets those first 2 kills, I mean, that's such a tough situation for the Dallas Flat Tires. Big 2-piece out of him, and then net Chicago Hunted another round.
I think EBK, once he breaks the doors on bottom lights, I think he probably said, hey, there's nobody on this A side. That's because one player has flipped through to bottom bed, and because of that, I think that allows Nifty to pull off that 2-piece. I'd imagine that's how the comms went down on the side of Dallas. So a little bit of a frustrating round there, but Chicago doing a good job making sure that Dallas cannot retake that bomb. And once again for Dallas, you're going to have some presence over towards the B side, which we've seen time and time again. F8 has made a area once again, getting some shots off, but barely gets out with his life. The spread across the map here for Dallas, not quite for picks, but it is going to be Vanity with the first blood for Chicago. Mags follows up with a second.
I like Mags getting aggressive in that dub arches area. Picks up a freebie, now a 4v2 scenario. Killy, he doesn't really have anything to do with this bomb. F8 so far on the other side of the map. There's not really a play to be made. They do get info on that player dub arches, and Killy might go for that kill, but 52 seconds left to go, and Mags is still roaming around. He finds his 3rd on the round.
And F8 done a lot of great things this map, but a 1v4 would would top anything, and just looking for really any information. He spots the player at single arch, shots on, and he knows he is being surrounded. Mags takes him out in another clean round from Chicago. Back-to-back really clean rounds to them, where they played very good fundamental COD.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a great way to get back into things. A big swing from 3-3 to potentially 5-1 if they lose those 2 rounds. So this is what you needed if you were the Chicago Hunted. Get that spark plug back into the squad. See if they can maybe make something happen, take that lead here, because we all know they'd love that. F8, 7-4 so far, but the rest of the Dallas Flat Tires having somewhat of a slow game. You got to imagine somebody makes that step up at some point. Let's see if the Chicago Hunted can keep them dormant for now.
Chicago back on this A side, and Nifty sneaks through, and with Deddy, he's going to be able to roam around, find FFA on back hot tub, takes him down easily, and now if you're Dallas, you're scared because you know somebody's in your back. EBK also not going to be able to find the timing. Now he does, takes him down, and the kills are just going the way of Dallas right there. I mean, turning that around big time now. 1-2 for Chicago, but Dallas shuts that out. I mean, that was kind of a weird round. I mean, if you're Chicago, you have a player slip through, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be a tough situation for Dallas to try to, get rid of him. But they do it very quickly.
Yeah, FA gets a big two-piece off screen. EBK playing that corner, pays dividends in the bigger picture of the round, as cutting down that player in your bedside area can just relieve so much pressure from the team. You have all of your eyes in front of you. It's a 3v2 situation. They pick up those final 2 kills. So Dallas Flat Tires now in the driver's seat. F8 having an absolutely fantastic game. And you got to think EBK, Killy, FFA, you're going to step it up. But Chicago Hunted, they're not out of this one just yet. Who finds the first blood? It's F8.
Yeah, stop me if you've heard this before, but F8 in Diner finds the first blood, and that is going to open up the B site, and I think this bomb is starting to make its way over there. You have a spread right now if you are Dallas, potentially playing for some picks, but Chicago knows how much presence has been over to this B site for Dallas, and sending one player over, but I mean, now the comm's coming in that maybe this is going A. This could be a free plant here for Dallas. It will be. Chicago is going to be absolutely bamboozled when this bomb goes down B with all that presence at A.
Flabbergasted indeed they are. The bomb goes down at B. Now a 4v3 situation. You're going to have to make a retake on this kitchen side, and definitely easier said than done. But Chris Pohl, he is able to find one. The sniper still in the hands of Vanity. He finds one as well. Only 27 seconds left to go. F8 starting to get mixy. Does he get spotted? He does. 1v1 situation for Chris Pohl. Another one for him. Can he clutch up again?
FFA. I mean, he knows he's in this kitchen. Can he just play his timing? That he is popped. Chris with the play in in freezer, and gets the defuse as well. What a clutch round there from Chris Pohl. And with 1 second on the timer, that bomb is defused. We head to 4-4. A fantastic retake there from Chicago. Not an easy situation. Man disadvantage in this, this kitchen bomb site, which is just so hard to retake, but they pull it off.
Yeah, that snipe from Nifty really makes such a difference when you look at it in the long term. Makes it a 2v2. They find F8 out the back. Now we got a tie game. The pendulum goes back and forth, and FA has the Dallas Flat Tires on his shoulders right now. 12-5. Chris Pohl not far behind at 9-4. Chicago Hunted on offensive end. It looks like they're taking it to B this time around.
B side, though, finally taking down Mags with that first blood. A lot of reinforcements right now for Dallas, though, on this side of the map. This actually might not play into the advantage of Chicago, because now these players are going to be able to get positioning in kitchen, potentially snake these countertops and make it really tough for Chicago. And because of that, you're seeing them backpedal very quickly. The bomb is heading over, but Vanity, he's feeling himself, trying to find the kill, but all the kills are going the way of Dallas. And now, 1v3, Chris Pohl. Find one, does find on Killy. 1v2, bomb down, though.
42 seconds left to work with, so not the worst situation in the world. You do have one stun. You're about to get that dead silence. But still, a 1v2 is a 1v2 no matter what. They know this bomb is around, seemingly, because they are playing so close to it. EBK going to move away from FFA right now. The first kill comes in, and can Chris Pohl make it happen another time?
Oh my god, he's gonna run right into him too! Oh, what a play! Chicago Hunted. Chris Pohl again, back-to-back clutches for the Chicago Hunted, and they go to match point. FFA just ran right into him, didn't know where that bomb was, and they meet in connector Chris Poole wins it, and that is a fantastic round.
Absolutely fantastic round. Chris Poole turning up when it matters most. The clutch factor is at 99 currently, and he's got a cruise missile to work with right now. 12-4 so far. He's bringing F8, the S&D gameplay. He's trying to shut him down. He's doing a great job of it. It's not for his 2 clutches. The Chicago Hunted would have lost this map. And now the Dallas Tires on the back foot for the first time here.
Look at how much presence Chicago has over towards this B zone, though, because they know how much Dallas has liked it, and now the crew's coming in maybe more for information than anything. No kills happening, but, I mean, Dallas is a free, absolutely free plant over toward A. They need to go and get this down. Now you see Chicago starting to make their move over toward A. It's gonna be Mags with the first and Mags with the second with the snap. And just like that, bomb goes down at A, but the disadvantage here for Dallas, and now it is going to be EBK. A 1-4 bomb down, trying to find one. He's taken down, though, and Chicago Hunted will bounce back and take the map, too.
I mean, what a big turnaround for the Chicago Hunted. I mean, it looked dangerous for them for a moment, but they kept rattling off those consecutive rounds. They go down 3-1, they bring it back. They go down 4-3, they rattle off 3 straight. Shout out Chris Poole for the clutches as well. Chicago Hunted even the series at 1, and you got to think that was
a tied series between Chicago Hunted and Dallas Flat Tires at 1. We head into this El Asilo control, and it is going to be Chicago Hunted on the attacking side first. See what they can do off the back of that map 2.
Everybody's guns are hot on both sides of the field. The Chicago Hunted obviously did come home with that Game 2 victory, but let's see how the Dallas Flat Tires respond on the defensive end here of El Asilo control. And they already got 3 stacked on that A point. You got to think that's not what the Dallas Flat Tires would like to see.
This will give a chance for Dallas to try to get back over to this point, but that tick is already, that second tick is already coming in, and now Vanity from the top tower is going to be a problem for these Dallas players. That 8 point already locked in. Now, if you are Dallas, you want to get some white control here to influence those spawns. F8 just doing what he's been doing all night, continuing to fry, looking for the third. A little bit of a heat check there. He is taken out, though, and now we will go over to this B side, and still a lot of lives to play with.
Minute and 40 seconds left on the board. A lot of time for Chicago Hunted to make a play. They are getting some movement on the map. It's a big 2 down. Player 7 kind of pushed up. There's going to be players on that B point for now, but you see the rest of the Chicago Hunted, they're trying to get those spawn kills. But EBK is going to be a tough player to take down.
But he is taken down, and maybe a break here for Chicago. Post spawn coming in for Killy. He finds one, looking for a second, taking down Mags, staying alive on point. But the picks are going through right now for Chicago. F8 now taking one down. Nifty, last on. He's taken down by F8. And for the moment, it is going to be Dallas surviving on this defensive side, but that was a big hit there on that B zone. Got to clear that point, and the pressure already coming back here from Chicago.
Yeah, not only do they have 2 ticks on that B point, Dallas Flat Tires only have 13 lives left to work with, and they are draining swiftly. You still have pressure from that field side of the map, and the Dallas Flat Tires just haven't had enough time to really cement a solid hold on this B point just yet. Those first couple kills are going to be some big ones, but you still got some Chicago Hunted players to deal with. Killy, going to be such a big asset at this top grill area, but you see Chris Poole, he's on that B point.
And, I mean, they got to get there. Going the way of Chicago Hunted. EBK finding one, but so nearly. That tick is locked in, and it will. They will not get on the point. Chicago Hunted sneak the round win, and that is a tough round there if you're Dallas. Just maybe a lack of concentration there, but that tick goes through, and all 6 ticks go through. Both points are captured.
Yeah, and the Dallas Flat Tires, they just had such a tough time like getting comfortable outside of their spawn. They just kept on getting pushed back. The Chicago Hunted kept on getting those big trade wins that would kind of send those Dallas Flat Tires players back into Narnia, as you'd like to call it, off that spawn. And so the Chicago Hunted able to cap on that point, jump on there swiftly. So let's see if the Dallas Flat Tires can maybe do the same, but the Chicago Hunted seem to have a little bit extra pep in their step after that game too.
I think really the big moment for me in that round 1 was last alive for Dallas. And he was in that spot near trucks with 2 players trying to get on point, and I think he seen one, was maybe trying to have some trigger discipline to see if he could find any others, but he ends up getting taken down from there. 2 points, 2 ticks go through, and it just felt like from that point on, Dallas could not relieve that pressure that just kept coming through from Chicago, and now Chicago is really turning up. Those guns are warm now. They are pushing deep into the spawn of Dallas, and Dallas just looking for a way out, but it's not going to be.
You got Chris Pull locking down the field side. You got Nifty roaming around the A control side, and they just cannot be cut down. The lives are draining so swiftly. Dallas already down 8 lives in the map. FFA does have some map control over here. What can he do with it? As Dallas Flat Tires, they're just so, desperate to get onto this point. They do find those kills. They do find their way on, but let's see if they can get that capture.
I mean, if anything, if you are on the Chicago side, you've drained couple seconds off the clock here and makes the lives more difficult over towards this B zone. You also have the life advantage as well, so all things considered, a nice start here for Chicago on the defensive side. Dallas do lock in that tick over toward A and have 1 player on B who will be quickly taken out, but I think this is going to be Dallas's. This is what they're going to try to do here. They're going to try to hit through the back, try to find these kills, and then force the spawns out over toward Heli. You have to be able to find these kills, though. EBK finding the first, and he finds the second player on Mountain, playing his life for as long as he can. Nifty, he's going to actually get taken down, and this might be the chance for Dallas.
And as Mags gets cut down, the last player to really deal with is going to be Chris. And he does get one with those shots. The nade is not good. It gets stuck on the windowsill. And you got 3 Dallas Flat Tires players on that point. That stack is going to come in swiftly. The cruise missile's coming in, but I don't know if they're going to make it in time. Will it be enough? And that's a big 2-piece. One of them's your teammate, but you still got 2 ticks on the board if you're Dallas.
I mean, this should be really around here for Dallas. They should be able to get back on this. Nifty has to make a big play through the smoke. Does not find the kill on F8, and he's going to get taken down. And just like that, Dallas storm back and find the round really out of nothing. I mean, at the start of the round, they're getting spawn trapped, and by the end of it, find their way out, fight over to that B point, and they lock in both points as well. I mean, this has been a crazy CLO control.
The offense is definitely preferred, even after the Chicago Hunted did such a great job of getting Dallas pushed back into that spawn. They had such a life lead. They held it as long as they could, but once they got on that A point, they did such a great job of transitioning over to B. They get those kills, they find that capture, they tie the game up at 1. Is the offensive side favored now in LSC low control? We will find out soon, but the Chicago Hunted definitely looking for another one on the board.
I mean, just another one of those important plays that goes down. Nifty loses that gunfight on Mountain, and I think that really gives us the control for Chicago, which from that point on, they were not able to find the kills over toward the point. And this is what happens in control, man. Like, there's just moments that really decide the round, and already Chicago trying their luck back on the B zone. F8 trying to play his life. He will get taken down, though, and 3 players on this B point. They're going to stack it where the gyms, and that B point should be gone. It is. So the offense, I mean, really reigning supreme. It is going to be 3 for Dallas on that side, but that point is already captured, and now you got to focus on A.
You see Chris Pull, he spots F8 over here on this side. They gave so much reinforcement over to that B point that now the A point was left a little bit uncovered. And now you got Nifty and Chris Pull to deal with. They have that A side control, but the rest of the Chicago Hunted players, they need to get involved. Player 3 and player 4 still roaming around that B side area, and I mean, Nifty can only stay up for so long.
He is going to stay alive, actually, somehow. And now, with a couple kills going through for the way Chicago, they're going to hop on this A zone, waiting for those reinforcements to come in. But I mean, they have a player top tower, which is going to make this very, very hard for Dallas to get in. Now maybe a stack potentially coming in, but F8 finds 2 once again. Vanity 2 off his own, looking for a third, but he is taken down, and just like that, only 2 more players left on this point for Chicago. Continuing to come in for Dallas, just dancing around this hill are both players, and eventually Dallas does clear it. 1:28 on the clock, lives about even. Chicago go again.
Nifty hitting a cheeky flank. It looks like FFA reads it, but the shotgun works. Killy still holding down in that bottom doubles area, and this could be the difference maker, just trying to draw that timeout. Minute 19 left on the board if you're Chicago, which seems like a millennium given how long this round has gone on. The contest is there. Chris Pull and Nifty, they're already on the point. Dallas Flat Tires have to respond, and they have to respond swiftly. They're spawning out deep.
FFA, I mean, he's in a position to make a play, but is he going to get there in time? They read him. He's taken down, and another offensive round doesn't go their way. Yes, indeed it does. Another offensive round on the Cecilo control as 3 for 3, and Chicago take the 2-1 lead.
Both these teams are so explosive on that offensive side. That defensive team just having a tough time just winning those trade battles when they matter most. And Chicago and Dallas Flat Tires alike, they're just able to capture those points when they need to. The slang definitely in favor of Chicago Hunted. You see Nifty 18-9, Vanity and Chris Pull positive as well. Dallas Flat Tires kind of lacking in the slang column. You see that scoreboard, but this is kind of their chance to even the odds here. Obviously, you'd probably want offense after the way this game has been going. So maybe being outslayed may not be too bad, because if we do get to round 5, it would be kind of the decider in who is able to get it. But for now, it's going to be Dallas Flat Tires on that point, and Vanity is snapping.
I don't know if he was weak, but my goodness, what a snap from Vanity. And, I mean, that is a great play. Having said that, though, it is going to be the A point. He's looking for another one. He is feeling it, but FFA taking down that Chris Pool. Going to find one on that B side as well, but you're saying Dallas once again on the safe side. And I think if you're Chicago, you're fine with giving this up, right? You're fine with giving this up. You already have pressure over toward White, so you just want to try to maintain them off the point. But 2 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, and player 8, Killy, he has split the defense there, and with 2 kills going the way of Dallas, this could get dangerous very quick, because with the way that Dallas are placed, they're going to be spawning out Chicago Hunted as deep as possible. They are already on that point, and Mags in a very big position to pick up a couple kills. He's kind of the X factor in the situation, because no other Chicago Hunted players are in the mix.
Kills got in the way of Chicago, though, so important, but EBK in this top AC area, that's a very big kill there. Chicago's still getting those close spawns as well, so they'll be able to try to decap the point, and they can play the F8 once again. The playmaker finding 2, and just like that, Dallas back on the front foot. You need to find these other players, though, and look at those spawns coming in from Chicago. Nifty has to go huge.
He sure does. He is able to find one. Looking for a second, he pulls out that AR. He finds those 2, and that could be enough to slow down that capture as Chris Pull picks up a nade kill of his own. Big break out of Chicago Hunted. Almost flawless. Nifty does what he needs to do. And now if you're Dallas, you already have 2 ticks on the board, so this is not bad, because you got a minute 25 to get out of your spawn, get on that point, make that capture happen. You want to send this game to 5.
I feel like our first match of the night, the offensive teams were having a hard time getting, waves down of the defense. Not this time around. It's been constant. The defense really suffering on this map, and we go again as Dallas trying to find these entry kills. F8 finding one, and now EBK going to try to get some pressure onto the point. He turns on Mags, and now that B point going. I don't think anybody from Chicago is going to be able to get there. Are you kidding me? Another offensive round win, again on ticks, and you want to have offense in this round 5.
You sure do, and it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, Dallas Flat Tires should have that offense if we go to this round 5. So definitely a W. The only time you want to be getting outslayed is in this situation. So it should work the way of the Dallas Flat Tires, if I am not mistaken, of course. I mean, both teams just doing such a solid job on offense of hitting those gaps, playing ratty, finding those perfect timings. And now Chicago Hunted push the brink back against the wall. Can they close out the defense? Because it's been such a struggle so far. Me and you both know, everybody in chat knows, Tej. Can Dallas replicate what's been happening all game long?
Yeah, 1 player positive on the Dallas side, but it actually works in their favor this time around. You would think, with the trend of this game so far, we'll see another offensive round come through on this CLO control, and already a nice start here. 2 in the feed for Dallas. As they find the skill over toward Vanity, is he actually going to find one? I was going to say, maybe a chance to get on B. Now, 1 player will get on B, but you have to worry about Mags in your back. He could be a difference maker here for Chicago.
He very much so could. Nifty trying to make the jump over that green fence. He is able to find one onto F8 with the help of Chris Pull. FFA putting some shots in as well, but Chris, in such a tough spot, we should see another B capture here. And if you're Chicago, I feel like you chalk it here. You say, guys, we know how this has gone so far. We're reinforcing A. Don't even worry about that capture.
I mean, this is insane. This is one of the most insane CLO controls I've seen. You have to absolutely keep that tower control if you are Chicago and Dallas. Really, your main goal is to try to find the kills up there. We're already on the point. Chris Pull gonna find this kill to remain at top tower. One player on here for Dallas. He's taken out Nifty. Can he find the second on F8? No, he cannot. So F8 opening up again, but is the only player on that side of the map. He is taken down, and now Dallas will have to take another crack at it. Already EBK coming through the back. Nifty spotting him. Bad enough shots. Do not rain true, though, and Dallas looking to group up and make a play.
And Vanity is such a key factor in the situation along with Mags. They're pushed up into that base and they can cause that pinch onto the hill. The kill's still coming in the favor of the Chicago Hunted, but the lives almost tied. Chris Pull still at that top radio control. That's what you said you wanted from the squad, Tej, and that's what Chris Pull has given to you. They've yet to hop on this point, and this is looking dangerous for the Dallas Flat Tires, but those first two kills were a good start.
You have to kill this player top, I mean, or at least, I don't know, do something, because I mean this is going to be a tough situation for them to try to get him off. But now the stack coming in, and you basically force these players to collapse on this point. The stack coming in, 2 players on, but the kills going to Chicago. Last player on goes down. That is a beautiful retake there. 2 ticks do go through though, so that is a big key here, because with 1:18 on the clock, that can be huge. Only 12 lives left though for Dallas.
And Nifty with another enormous 2-piece on a 5 streak when it matters most. And Chris Pull, he's aware of the flank. He sees EBK's nade. 1:05 left to go. But if you're Dallas, the one thing you got to worry about is those 8 lives. Another 2 kills in the favor of Chicago. Dallas, they got 2 more hits at this. Or if not, Chicago Hunted close out the defense in the round 5.
I mean, you think that, this is a spot where the defense should be able to close it out. But we have seen crazy things in this one. And with now only 6 lives, it is going to be 1 break. They can get through the back. He cannot. I mean, this has been played really well here defensively from Chicago. Nifty with the turn on, 32-18. And now only 4 lives left. You see Dallas spread all the way across the net. You have to find these opening kills to try to get onto this time, but they have not found a kill in a long time. And Chicago looking to close this one out with only 17 seconds. Killy, last alive. You gotta hop on this point. Does find one. The contest coming in. The snap. And he is taken down. Chicago Hunted win a thriller on a CeeLo control, and they go up 2-1.
Nifty goes on a 10 streak when it matters most. Chris Pull on a 6 streak as well. He was that player top radio. He never really gave up that control. He knew the squad needed that to succeed on that A-hole.
For Mercado Los Alamos, it is going to be Chicago Hunted up 2-1 into this series, looking to close it out here.
Yeah, and the worst case scenario for Dallas Flat Tires is going to be if they are unable to hold these P2 spawns. But you already see FFA. He's already focused on that hedge side of the map, trying to make sure that they don't give up any unnecessary spawns. But the Chicago Hunted, they are shooting. Mags picks up a kill onto his zone, and their worst nightmare is coming to fruition as the spawns flip instantly. And Chicago Hunted, they were on that point for a minute, but Killy doing his best to kind of shut down that push.
But as you said, I mean, Chicago, they do what they wanted, and they wanted those P2 spawns. F8 now going to try to make a play, and already being a nuisance. This guy, time and time again, has just been an absolute playmaker. You got to find him for Chicago, but he's not making it easy. Taking out his teammates potentially as well, but it is a fight right now on this Cantina side of the map for control of this P2. Both teams know how much time you can get on this hill. And right now, it is going to be down to the start. The kills are going the way of Chicago. F8 finds one. Is going to get shredded out, though. Fortunately for Chicago. Now EBK going to try his hand at this. Gets blocked by the door. Finds one. And that is going to be a break for Dallas Flat Tires.
Haven't seen a back and forth like this on a Mercado P2 in a minute. Player spawning P7 and then player spawning back Banana. So they're both spawning in equal distance. They're just head bashing each other. F8 starting out the game hot. 8-2 so far. Picking up a majority of those kills for Dallas, and he is still doing it. Should lock down that final scrap time. And you see the rest of the Dallas Flat Tires, they're already sprinting toward that new hill.
Yeah, the emphasis from both teams already. Cannot lose rotations. Yeah, I mean, both teams know it, and we're seeing it here. It's going to be Chicago with the opening positioning, Chris Poole with a important 2, and with that, Chicago really should have the setup they want. As this hill pops, Dallas spawning on the bottom right-hand side of the map, and they have a lot of work to do.
You do have a pinch coming in from F8. Will they kind of read the situation? Nobody from Chicago getting that time as of now. Someone's going to have to hop on that point because you can't give this time up for free. The pinch still in favor of the Dallas Flat Tires. That's a good break for them, and that could increase this lead tremendously.
I mean, that is a gut punch right there. If you are on the side of Chicago, you had the setup, and then I think once they realized that nobody was on time, the pinch was coming in, they kind of just got overwhelmed out of their lanes, and really an easy break there from Dallas as they continue to hold on these spawns. Chris Poole finds one, looking for a second on to F8. Both players are really playing their lives at the moment. I mean, just right behind those shelves, finally take them out. The trade, though, coming in. Dallas with a sizable lead after the first 3 hills, but it's going to be Chicago first in the rotation to P4.
Yeah, and you cannot bottle this one. The Dallas Flat Tires cannot break here, or else Chicago Hunted's game gets very dangerous very quick. They are going to be double pushing this hill as of now, but the first kill is going the way of the Chicago Hunted Killy with a big kill onto Nifty, and they're spawning out back RV. I'm not sure the Chicago Hunted are aware of it. They have full control of this alley side.
Now, I mean, look at these players coming out here for Chicago. You got to try to find your way back in, but Dallas showing why they dominated that map one hard point. They're doing it again here in map 4, and Dallas already, I mean, pulling away. If you're Chicago, you need to find some points here soon because it's already starting to get away from you. This has not been a good start for them, and I mean, they're really getting outslayed at the moment as well, getting boxed in. They need to find the rotation over toward next, but all this time is going to Dallas, and they're going to have a really big lead.
Absolutely. I mean, they're already past that century mark, and Chicago Hunted still sitting at 24 for now. Another rotation in for the Chicago Hunted, but I've seen this one before, Tej. They've gotten broken a couple times now. Will it happen again? Another Dallas Flat Tires pinch onto this hill. Chris Poole does start out with that first blood, but the rest of the Chicago Hunted still, lingering around, and the Dallas Flat Tires are ready to deal with them.
Mags, that's an important 2, but again, break comes in. Chris Poole from the backside takes that one, and maybe this will allow Chicago to finally get on this time. But I mean, even so, Dallas already burning 20 seconds off this hill, just finding the trade, so not allowing Chicago to make it the hill that they wanted to, and the break is in once again. Now Vanity from the top rope finding one, a back towards P5 right now. Chicago will spawn on that side next. I mean, the thing for them is they're actually winning these rotations this time around. They're just getting broken literally every hill.
Yeah, and this is where maybe that P6 to P7 rotation comes into play, Tej, because Chicago Hunted, they have that P6 rotation, and in my opinion, this is probably the hardest one to break. If you could have a good P6 here, you're back into this game before you know it, and if you can make it to that P7, you're very possible to take the lead. The one thing with Dallas Flat Tires getting these early breaks is they are stealing that time from the Chicago Hunted, but they're not getting too much on the board. This could be much worse, and if Chicago Hunted can lock down one of these rotations, it gets dangerous for Dallas.
Dallas, though, trying to find their way in, and this has been the best hold we've seen so far here from Chicago. F8 sitting at 15-8, and really has been the catalyst for the team, trying to do so once again, finding 2. Now gonna really try to break the hill on his own, finding another, looking for the last. He knows this player is in the halls. Can he find the timing? He's gonna knife him on a play from F8. Are you kidding me? And he breaks the hill all by himself.
He's 19-8. He's got a minute 30 on the board. He's the MVP right now. He's looking like Hydra out there at Major 5. They have the rotation P7, but who cares at this point? F8's looking to break another time. He's still got a streak in the back pocket, and he may want to pop it because it looks like he may re-wrap at some point in this game.
I mean, if you are Chicago, the silver lining there is you did get a couple points on the board. You do start to get yourself back in the game just a little bit, and you are set up for next, so not completely out of it yet. I mean, as bad as it's kind of looked from the side of Chicago, they're actually in a not too bad spot right now. They're getting the time right now, and able to push out now is Nifty, who's having a slow game by his standards. Now trying to find these kills on these Dallas players, keep them away from the hill. Runs out of ammo, though. A tough situation. He does get eventually taken down, and now potential for a break here for Dallas. Still 25 seconds on the hill. They will get the kills, and we'll try to collect the rest of this time. But Chicago, I mean, not a complete loss here. You start to get yourself back in.
You absolutely do. Big kill out of Chris Pohl right there. Find that final 20 seconds. You're for sure not out of this just yet. If you're Chicago Hunted, this could be a million times worse given the situation. Dallas Flat Tire is going to be up around 40 points going into the second rotation of hills. But the silver lining for Chicago Hunted is they have those good side spawns for now. But the opposite of the silver lining is F8 is 26 and 11.
And he is finding literally every kill right now. I'm looking for another one on this balcony. The player escaped for now, but I mean, you know he's on the hunt and finds him as well. Every kill, every important kill that Dallas needs, F8 is getting for them. And as you said, they do have those spawns for new now. And this is the biggest point of the game, I think, thus far. Chicago, you started to crawl yourself back into this one, but not able to get any time right now on P1, and Dallas is fully set up for next. They do not want to give these spawns away. You see the emphasis from them, and this is going to have to be a big break here from Chicago.
And this is Dallas's chance to really run away with this one. This is the first hill they've gotten an early rotation to, I think, all game. So if they can find a full 60 here, they're going to be up a good chunk of time. It's going to be hard for the Chicago Hunted to climb that hill, but if they make an early break like Dallas has done in the past, they could make something happen, and Mags is already ready to do so.
I mean, this is Mags trying to slip his way in, does get taken down, and no reinforcements as of yet, but maybe you break a little bit of that setup, try to find these kills. I mean, look, I mean, it was a pretty lopsided game, and now at about 40 points, and the break comes in from Chicago, so they find the break they need, and now it is going to be Dallas on the back foot. I mean, despite what F8 is doing, they have not been able to hold the past couple hills, not been able to break in, and Chicago looking good right now.
They absolutely are. A big 25 left to maybe even take the lead on this game, and Nifty is starting to turn up right when it matters most. Big scrap time for both squads, and Nifty goes on that 5 streak. Now Dallas Flat Tires rotated to that new hill again. Another opportunity for Chicago to break. And F8, he's still got that cruise missile in the back pocket, so keep that in mind, but the first blood on the rotation goes the way of Chicago.
And this is make or break right now for Dallas. You have to finally lock something in after these last couple hills have not gone your way. Mags through the front door does get taken down, though. That is going to be a clean wipe there for Dallas around that hill. Will allow them, excuse me, to get some of this opening time, but Mags once again trying to make a play through the back. Does find the moment for the second on the F8 and finds him with long range kills. Will this open it up for his team as 3 go down? Last player on time here. You got to get in here if you're Chicago. You got to make a play. You got to pinch this, but they do not. Nifty now, he's going to get taken down, and maybe a lapse there from Chicago, a chance to pinch that point, but there's going to be Dallas collecting what should be the rest of that time.
Absolutely, and you got to think Nifty probably should have hit out that time there, but he makes that mistake, and let's see if Chicago Hunted will pay for it. They have a chance to win the series here if they make this comeback, but Dallas Flat Tires want to send it to that Game 5. Chicago Hunted getting pressure on this new hill, but the Dallas Flat Tires are ready for it as well. EBK picks up that big 2 kills, and they can close it out here on this hill. Only need 30 more seconds before they get this map 4 victory.
And now it is going to have to be a break from Chicago Hunted. Seeing really a pinch opportunity coming in, but I love this spot from Taylor. Going to be able to take these players in the back alley, and just like that, 3 down, and really that should send us to a map 5. All the kills going the way of Dallas. Maybe one more chance for Mag. He's taken down though, and got to get on this time somebody here for Dallas. So there you go. Finally doing that, but the break comes in. Maybe Killy does get taken down, and now Chicago hold on for a moment, but only 7 points away if you are Dallas.
Just know it's never over until it's over, especially on Mercado. Vanity getting these kills toward the middle of the map, and the Dallas Flat Tires still pushing for this final scrap time. You got Chris Pohl. He's making that rotation to that P4. He might be able to make something happen here. He is able to find the first blood onto Killy. The rest of the Dallas Flat Tires lingering in this tin side of the map. It's a 2-on-2 hit here, and F8 in a big spot to pick up a 2-piece, and he does so. That's going to close it out most likely. The Chicago Hunted have no chance to get on this point as the Flat Tires play it right, and they're gonna close it out like that. The Dallas Flat Tires turn up when it matters most, send it to a Game 5, and while that one did get mixy, they were in the driver's seat for a lot of that time.
Man, it just felt like Chicago. I felt like on that Tin Hill, the pinch was opportunity was there, and maybe there's a lap 5 embassy search and destroy to kick us, not kick us off. We've been here for a while to end us off as mags. Finding that first blood here for Chicago hunted Dallas on the offensive side to start off, and now a 3v3 situation. Vanity with the boomstick, finding one, and that bomb going down a bit.
That snipe may mean so much as this round goes on, but Killy, he's got a snipe of his own. Can he make a play with it as FFA evens the odds? He's reading this player at the flank, but he's up top. Now it's FFA left alone. What can he do? He's got to guard this bomb for 30 seconds.
He's got the tack as well, so he might have a close range battle here in a minute and not have the artillery, but he's actually going to reposition here. This might work out for him. And can he find this player on the ladder? He doesn't, but they cannot find him, and now they got to make a play toward bomb. Does he see the player on bomb? Oh, this is close. Now he does. The P coming in, and they do get to the fuse. I was going to say, thought for a second maybe that they weren't going to have a player hop that, but they do get it. What a play there from the side of Chicago on the retake. I mean, it almost looks like they kind of baited and switched that bomb diffusal. Like, that was a great play.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you saw, but I'm pretty sure Vanity had 2 HP left to go before he hopped on that bomb. If Nifty was the last one alive, he might have not been able to hop on it. Vanity just that much closer, may make that 0.5 second difference. So very close one to start out the round. It looks like we're going to have a good one here, Tej. I mean, the first S&D paid us off so well. You got to imagine this one does as well.
Chicago now on the offensive side, and there's going to be Nifty, who's been their really key player, already starting off 2-0, and they're going to get aggressive here toward bottom embassy F8. Does he read these players? They're going to get across for 3. EBK, though, does find the kill, but Nifty can kind of roam through. Now, the problem for him is that his teammates around him are getting killed. He does find one, and will be able to sneak through 4 now. 2v3 situation. Gilly trying to find that wall bang. Nothing happening, though. And now both teams slow down.
Both teams staggered just a bit here. Nifty on this player back alley is such a big one in the grand scheme of things. Pretty sure it's Killy with the snipe. It's going to be Chris Pull trying to work up mid. He sees that nade come in, but he's kind of in no man's land here at the P1 area. The fight goes his way, though. Now 2v2 scenario, and they've yet to get that bomb down. Nifty still lingering at bottom gas.
Oh, this is a delicate situation here for Dallas because he for sure heard that player go up top, and I think with that information, he's actually going to be able to plant this bomb at A. EBK going to be left in a 1v2, and he has picked the wrong bomb site as well. So with no Deddy, he is their trophy player. This is going to be a very, very tough situation. Starts with 1, though. Can he find the kill on the Chris Pull? He cannot. Chicago take the 2-0 lead.
Yeah, Chris Paul, such an impact in that round right there. Finds that player orange, finds the player up top, and then picks up EBK as well on the rotation. So many impactful kills in a 2v3 situation. He finds all 3 of them. Nifty doing a great job of not throwing his life away as well. Chicago hunted, playing that as well as they possibly can, especially in a 2v4 scenario.
And if you're Dallas, I mean, I feel like you don't like the way this is going just based off how that first search and destroy went. They've been dominating in those hard points, but search and destroy has gone the way of Chicago. Already starting off down 0-2. Gilly going to dodge those nades, but they know his position over here. He's got to be careful. I think he's going to try to make a play, but, I mean, he is getting stunned repeatedly, naded repeatedly. Finally, going to try to get out with his life, but Vanity sitting in this close corner. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, there's going to be Dallas with that opening blood. FFA with a second as well. Vanity gonna find Kelly before he can hit the quick scope, and now it's gonna be Vanity left in a 1v3.
Yeah, and Touch is such a tough spot for Vanity. They know exactly where he is. They plant the bomb on the opposite side of the map. EBK is gonna spot him as well, put in those shots. They get that round W. One that the Dallas Flat Tires realistically very much so needed to get. Great kills out of EBK and FFA. Closing that round out. He's 4-2 now. And the Chicago hunted. They're fighting, but the Dallas Flat Tires are fighting as well. Both of these teams very capable in these search and destroy rounds. It just matters who clutches up.
Yeah, and I mean, very small thing, but Vanity popping that Deddy before he gets taken down, so not going to have that for this round either, which on Embassy, I mean, it is really a big key, having Daddy to be able to make plays throughout this map. So that's one less thing that Chicago has, but in the meantime, they are going to try to quick hit this B bomb, Killy. All these players crossing, tries a chow out. He's taken down, though. EBK finds one on the Chris Pool, though, so a 3v3.
Just trying to make the hero play, but Mags picks up one at that back alley. They're going to get that bomb down, but as F8 finds that trade, it's a 2v2 scenario. Both of these Chicago Hunted players lingering around that orange side of the map, and somebody might hear somebody around here. They're both running very close to each other, but F8 yet to make a play. They're just trying to enclose these players for this moment.
I don't know if Vanity's seen him either. Maybe seen his shadow, but FFA finding one, and now need to find this last player. They don't know where he is, and they're gonna have to get on this soon. So Vanity, this should play right into his, right into it here. But nice play there from FFA, and the fuse comes in. He takes the wide angle with the sub, is able to get the peek on the player, and that is a great little round there for FFA and the Dallas Flat Tires.
Yeah, another big round for the squad. FFA plays that perfectly. They didn't even worry about the PD side one time. They knew that that Vanity was just hanging out around this top AC area. They pick up that player perfectly. And another round that could have very easily gone either way, Teach. I mean, both of these teams playing to their absolute peak. Like I said before, it just matters who clutches up when it matters most. Dallas Flat Tires back on that offense. I'd put my money on the fact that they're going toward that B bomb site.
It's been just a phenomenal series so far, and already a phenomenal 4 rounds of search and destroy. Quickly, that bomb is going down on that B site here for Dallas. Mags in this back alley can pop that Deddy and find one. So the advantage right now to Chicago Hunted, and Hilly has played the spot before, so I think they're going to have potential there. Nifty, though, gets taken down by the roaming F8 once again, and 3v3 now. Vanity trying to find this player, top PD. Gets a shot off with that pistol, but he's not got much since he's got the sniper in the hand. There's going to be Chris Poole now trying to find this player, Orange, but I mean, Dallas playing this perfectly, just trying to play their lives for as long as they can, finding one. Vanity now back to the top, but only 9 seconds on the clock. He's going to be last alive. He's taken down. Dallas with an effective, quick plant over toward B, and they take the round.
Yeah, it's such a tough situation for Vanity. Like, he makes a great play, climbs up that ladder, gets through that back window, but that player top PD is going to be ready for him, and then at that point, his push is just completely stifled. He has no options, especially with the sniper in hand. You see him just roaming around with pistol. Not much you can do there, but Dallas Flat Tires get another solid round on the board. This time around, it's EBK sitting at 6-3 so far, being that difference maker, that X factor for the squad. He's been locked down all series long with that AR in hand. And now we got another B push coming in. I'd love to see a team utilize that A bomb site, but we've yet to do so. Maybe teams keeping it in that back pocket. But Chicago Hunted with a fantastic push onto the point. They're going to get this bomb down for free.
Yeah, both teams not able to counter at this point, but Kelly does find one. So it will be life advantage here for Dallas, and F8 once again. This guy has been on the move all series long. We'll try to find players up top here, and the kills are going the way of Dallas. Now last alive is Chris Poole. He's taken down, and a clean retake there for Dallas. They go up 4-2.
And the F8's starting to get those engines revving. He goes on the 5 streak. He starts out the map 0-2, and that's not what you like to see if you're a Dallas Flat Tires fan, but he goes on a 5 streak ever since that point. He's been causing chaos. He's been creating pressure, and that's what we've known him for so far in this series. The main man, the main SMG for the Dallas Flat Tires. He's causing impact, and you couldn't expect anything less. Chicago Hunted now find themselves in kind of a tough situation, a must-win round for them. This is the dagger round situation for Dallas. If you want to win the series, a great start would be to win this round right here.
Swing round inbound, and it is going to be Dallas on that offensive side once again. I mean, really no counter to this quick B play from both teams. That bomb going down right away. Nifty trying to get that nade on bomb. We'll get some damage done, but not able to find the kill. Does find one, though, looking for the second on the reach out. Finds it. Nifty making the lives, making a 4v2 life advantage right now for Chicago. F8 will find one on the snap. Going to acquire that cruise missile, but wants to close out this round, and both players around the site trying to locate them is Chicago. F8's actually going to use this cruise right now on trying to get this player on bomb. He finds nothing, and now with 19 seconds, I mean, they still have not hopped this bomb. He's got to try to make a play, and this might work out for him. Tries to find one, finds him, finds a player on bomb as well. Now just has to stay up. He has to stay alive. He's done it. Are you kidding me, F8? My goodness, Dallas Flat Tires. They go up 5-2, and F8 once again making the plays.
F8 pops off when it matters most. I was a little worried about that cruise missile usage, but he gets all the information he needs from that ping. He finds the ace in that round. And now my man's on a 9 spree. He's taking over in this search and destroy. And what more could you expect from F8, the man, the myth, the legend, after that game 4? He's doing it again, and the Dallas Flat Tires 1 round away from closing out this barn burner of a series.
I mean, again, just a fantastic series so far. F8 9-2, and they might have a read on what's happening over here. He finds one. He continues to fry, looking for a second as well. They do find him. 3v2 life advantage, though, for the side of Dallas, looking to close this series out. Nifty has this bomb, and now just going to wait. Has Daddy as well, so not out of the woods yet. But, I mean, this is going to be tough. You see, I mean, Dallas looks like they're really just playing their lanes right now, playing for information. They're fine if this bomb goes down A. They're fine with a retake, but Chicago Honda, you see, they're a little bit nervous right now.
Yeah, they're playing for maybe a little bit of a misstep from the Dallas Flat Tires. Nifty maybe looking for someone to kind of run on in here when it matters most. I mean, he pops at Deddy and he does not move. And it's going to be player 4, Killy, with that bottom alley control. But Nifty's going to re-hit that out. He picks up one. He isn't able to get the second, but now he's going to use this opportunity to wrap over toward A. But it's going to be FFA. He picks up one. Can he get the second? He's going to jump on down. That bomb's going to go down, but it doesn't matter. The Dallas Flat Tires close out the game in 6. And they win the series 3-2, Tej. They were down 2-1, but they turn up when it matters most.
And I believe that was 6 straight rounds there for Dallas, I believe. I think it was Chicago going up 2-0, and then, I mean, down.